Good day, everybody. Robert Barr here with filibuster.com. Welcome to episode number 2. The grass isn't always greener. Today I'm going to talk about Comcast and deregulation and internet service providers and telecoms. And are we better off today with deregulation than we were under the old Ma Bell system? And I bring this up because there's an article in the paper that Comcast is being investigated by the FCC. There's concerns that it's giving preferential treatment to its phone service at the expense of similar services from competitors. Now, obviously, when you had Ma Bell, there were no competitors, but what you lacked in better pricing and better features, you gained by having Ma Bell as the sole operator. The question is are we better off today? And I have a couple of examples that I want to share that may answer that. A couple of months ago, I was looking at the local bill, or the bill that you get from Comcast, and I have in my house, I have basic digital cable on one TV. The bill's $75. That's with no premium channels, with no movie channels or anything like that. And as I looked at the bill, and admittedly I don't do the bills in my house, my wife does, so it's there's a rare occasion that I'll stick my nose into that side of the business here and at the worldwide headquarters for filibuster.com and see what's going on. But I decided to. And I looked at the bill, I saw $75. Which I thought was an exorbitant amount of money. And I called Comcast customer care, and I spoke to a very nice woman, and I said, listen, I just don't feel good about myself paying $75 for this service. What can you do? Now, obviously, there's a lot of competitors in the marketplace. There's the Dish Network, there's Verizon, there's just regular rabbit ears, which is actually going away in another month or so. But the lady was gracious enough to go through a couple of options, and I said, that's great, but I really need you to sharpen your pencil for me. And lo and behold, she came out with a pricing plan of $49.99 with 10 channels or 6 channels of HBO included. I thought, great, fantastic, sign me up. Obviously, the one caveat, or there's a little caveat there, and that is, it's 6 months. The pricing is for 6 months. Oh, I thought, okay, you know what? I'll call you back. Let's do this. I'll sign up. I'll call you back in 6 months, and we'll do the dance again. Another story I read was, and if any of you have read my posts, you'll see that I've been waiting on bated breath for Verizon Fios to come into the area that I live in here in Glenside. Problem with that is apparently Verizon is ripping out the copper cable into your house once they install Verizon, so you're at a point of no return once they put Fios in your house. Now that's a little anti-competitive. Certainly not something out of the realm of possibility that Ma Bell would have done, but I'll get to Ma Bell in a minute. The next thing, back to Comcast, is their cap of 250 gigabytes on your internet service. Now, I still am using Verizon DSL, and I'm more than happy with it at this point. Once again, I can't wait for Fios. And maybe 250 gigs is more than anybody would ever need on Comcast. But that's for right now. In another 5 years, with video on demand and the integration that we're all going to see, using the television as maybe a computer, as a central point for, say, Xbox usage, downloading games. When's the last time anybody actually bought a piece of software at a store versus just downloading it online? That's all bandwidth, and that's all going to take a chunk out of the 250 gigs that Comcast is going to give you. So, excuse me. We are in the raw here at filibuster.com. The point to that is, and the point to all this is, while everybody kicked and screamed 30 years ago that AT&T's service was terrible, that customer support was non-existent, that pricing was outrageous, was it really all that bad? Was it as bad as we have it today? When's the last time you made a phone call to customer service and didn't wind up on hold for 45 minutes when you even were able to talk to a live person? Talking to a live person doesn't even exist today. So the next time you kick and scream and complain, about Comcast or Verizon or RCN or any service provider that you may have, remember that we did this to ourselves. We did it with deregulation, and it's going to get worse. I don't see how regulating the internet is going to be a benefit to any of us. The internet should be a public utility, but it should be treated as a public utility, but it should be priced. It shouldn't be tiered to somebody's usage. People argue with that all the time, given what gets downloaded. My email checking or uploading blog posts versus somebody doing BitTorrents and downloading 100 movies a month. Why shouldn't they pay more? Well, maybe they should, but not now. Not in the internet's infancy. Because once you start tiering things like that, you stifle creativity and you stifle development. Just think, would YouTube ever have launched if they had bandwidth caps? Would Napster, or would services that were legacies to other services like iTunes ever have been launched had there been a bandwidth cap? So with a new administration coming in and an eye more on internet usage and an eye on we definitely have a geek for a president now, and the technology-based initiatives that are going to come out of Washington are going to be pretty significant. So be careful what you wish for, and because you just may get it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good